Hi everyone, Natasha here, and I have my lovely assistant Adelina with me, and we are in the kitchen around our home today. And today we're going to work on day number 7 of our 10-day Clutter Clearing Challenge. So day number 7, I'm just reading my notes here from Denise Lynn. She talks about going into either the attic or the basement, whatever storage area you want to work on. And it's kind of interesting, she mentions how the attic can represent hidden issues, putting weight on your shoulders, and the basement can show you things that lie beneath the surface, such as things from your past and issues you've been carrying with you for a long time. The basement is also your foundation, how stable and secure you feel, and the attic can represent your future. And she says, even if you don't have an attic or basement, the same principles and representations can apply to what's in your storage areas. So either things that are stored up high, things that are stored down low, those would be the equivalent to your attic or your basement. And she even says things that are stored kind of mid-range can represent your current life and affect your daily energy. So some of the things she talks about as far as questions to ask yourself as you're working on establishing your what is the word I'm looking for? Do you remember, Adelina? Intention. Your intention for this space. She says to ask yourself, do I feel sturdy and stable, or is there a lot of uncertainty in my life? Do I constantly feel under pressure, like things are hanging over my head? And a few other things. So as before, she talks about closing your eyes, getting quiet and still in the space. Do you want to say hi? Mm-hmm. What do you want to say? Okay. Say hi. Okay, there we go. And so I've already done that process. I was hoping to film, and then someone woke up from their nap. So we're going to do it together. And we have an attic, but it's very hard to access, and we don't store anything up there. So what we are going to work on is where are we going, Adelina?
Downstairs.
Downstairs to our basement. And our basement, is it in great shape, or does it have a little room for improvement?
It needs cleaning.
It needs cleaning. Yeah, Mommy needs to get down there and clean some. And Adelina's going to come help me, or at least keep me company, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where is our basement? Have we ever shown them where our basement is?
No.
So we're in our kitchen right now, and we have this little hallway that goes to our living room, and that door right there goes down to our basement, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, so we're going to take you down. I'm going to put her down, and we'll take you down to the basement. So be right back. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go on down to the basement, and our home was built in 1921, so this is the original part of the house. The basement is. We recently learned the concrete floor is somewhat newer, but you can see we still have the lath and plaster for the plaster wall on the other side, and we will head on down these nicely worn steps, and someday I will share with you a story about this basement from when we first moved in. But for right now, it's chaotic. We have our recycling here. We used to have single stream recycling in our area, and then that changed. They are no longer accepting it, and so now we have to separate everything out. So we just keep some extra beverages and bottled water there. My husband just keeps this little stash of scrap lumber for different little projects and patching things around the house. And basically this, sorry, it's focusing on my hand. So this lumber back there and extra wood supplies they were left from the previous owner, and they are partly from the kitchen renovation, so we're just keeping them because who knows, we may need them. And we just kind of keep a stash of extra chairs, our step stool. This is a broom for the front porch. And then this is a taller hanging rack. Since our closet doesn't have that, my husband keeps some of his things stored here, and then I have a rack as well behind me, but I actually emptied mine last year when I decluttered all my clothes, so I just keep things like my wreaths for the holidays on it. Our vacuum for the few places that we have carpeting in this house. And then you can just see it's just old. It's, you know, the poured concrete walls from the 1920s. The previous owners, when they renovated, did spray foam insulation, so that's what this is, and that's what that is. That's some of the spray foam that just was over applied and dripped down when they were doing that. And, you know, just a lot of basic stuff. So I think this corner is where I want to start today, and I don't know how much better it'll get, but I'm going to do the best I can to sort of clean it up, and then I think this can become a better staging area for the things I'm decluttering as I'm working on the rest of the basement, because there is definitely more to come. So let's get started. Okay, so this basement overwhelms me. I'm just going to set my timer for 5 minutes, focus on this corner behind me, and see what I can get done. Some of it can't be moved, like the piece of drywall. We're just going to keep storing it down here, and it's probably going to stay in about the same area where it is, but I know we have some luggage behind it, and I'd like to just see what's back there, sweep a little bit, and tidy it up if I can, and then, like I said, make a staging area for the things that need to get taken to Goodwill. So here we go. All right, and yeah, I think I'm going to start. So this is a commercial coffee pot someone gave to us. It'll just stay there for right now. We haven't decided if we need it or not. This is a little ice maker that we do use when we have parties because it makes us a nice backup supply of ice. So here's an empty box that I can use for some decluttering, and better set my timer off to the side. Okay, so these items are the ones I decluttered the other day, and they all can just go out. So for right now, I'm just going to move this over so I can get back in here a little better. And what's in here? So I think this was a school project. It can be recycled. These hangers from children's clothing, I'm sure Goodwill could use, so I'll put those in the Goodwill bin. And I am pretty sure that I am just going to need to have a trash bag, because this box just has little odds and ends in it. This is just an empty tote. So let me get a trash bag. Perfect. Okay. So this can be for trash. I can get it in there. Okay, so this is my trash bag. More cardboard to recycle, or could be another Goodwill basket. Let's see what else we have in here. More trash. More trash. It's an old smoke detector that no longer works. I think these are just all bags, which I do not need. So I'll get rid of those. These are just toys my daughter still uses, so I'm just going to set these off to this side. Okay, so I think this might be some items that I decluttered, and yes, I just need to go Goodwill, and then the rest can just go in the trash. This is another hanger. And these are, I don't know I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can tell me. Will Goodwill take this? It's just an empty candle holder. I've cleaned it out so nicely, but and it has a lid, but I have no idea if they even want that. So I'll have to check on that. Basically, that's all this whole bin is. So I'll take it to Goodwill. If they say yes, then they can have it. If not, then off it goes. And what's in here? These are all of my essential oils that are 10 to 15 years old. So I know they are no longer good. I don't think I can recycle. I don't know if the glass bottle recycles or not. So I either need to empty each bottle, wash it out, and try to recycle it, or I'm afraid what I may just do is pitch it because I've hung on to these far too long and I know the oils are not good anymore and I'm just tired of dealing with it. And there goes my timer, okay? So basically in the 5 minutes I got to where I can sweep. So I'm going to set it for another 5 minutes and do that. Hold on. What's back here because I can't even remember. Okay, so our large suitcase, a lot of spider webs, and an old piece of, I don't even know if that's any good anymore, the old piece of carpeting. But I would like to get the large suitcase out of there just to...
Mom?
Yes.
I don't want to for you.
A delivery for me? Oh, I thank you. Is this a new baby? Oh, thank you.
She's a newborn.
A newborn baby. Look at her. She's beautiful.
We feed her for you.
Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Thank you. Can you take care of her while I finish cleaning? Because I'm still filming. Thank you.
No, sit in
Okay.
the sleigh in here.
That's a good spot for her. Okay.
She left.
To rest. All right. So,
There we go.
I have no
I
idea
said
about
her
this.
right by you in case he misses you.
Thank you. That's so nice of
And
you.
right here so you guys.
Well, I might be sweeping right here, and I don't want her to be dirty. There we go. Okay, the carpet I'll ask my husband about. I'm not sure. But this
Can
is
I put her on
what
here?
I wanted to see. So, this has gotten wet and all moldy. I'm going to throw this away.
How is it wet?
Well, when it rains, we get water. If it rains really hard from the north or the west. All right, so this will be trash. This bag.
Can't find a bottle or diaper for her.
Yeah, she's pretty tiny. I don't know if we have bottles or diapers for tiny babies like that.
We can probably still use big ones.
Probably. Okay. So, let me set this aside. And get back there and sweep. So, hold on. I don't like that our luggage is all tucked back there and has the risk of getting wet. So, let's just clean up a few things, get the cobwebs off, and that will just make me feel better. Kind of knowing what's back here.
Mom, I think I found Fulton face. So this is like a mini bottle.
Uh-huh.
It's not a unicorn tortoise.
Oh,
Bottle that.
that's a perfect thing. You're right.
And then maybe use this for her, like bed that she sleeps in.
Her bed that she sleeps in, I guess that would be okay.
Well, then I'm gonna have to empty out everything that's and it's white. And
Oh, well, I can help you with that in just a minute.
okay. So I think she
dress or diaper.
I just
Gotcha.
thought maybe you could like put a round tool
Yeah,
like this.
that's a good idea. Okay.
So this is
Yes.
we'll start out and
And that.
then look. Here's a cute fresh diaper.
Oh, wonderful. A cute fresh diaper. That looks really good.
But for the back, since I put everything here, we'll just act like a clothes unit the rest of
Okay, that works. Yeah.
See, it's just a tiny little baby.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter about what size the diaper is.
Nice.
See, like reaching out for a bottle.
Oh my goodness.
Let me get those. Look, she's drinking it.
Oh my goodness. Is she really?
Look. You ought to have to help her drink it because it just pops. She like pops it right out of her mouth.
Oh, I see. Okay. Got
If
it.
you don't help her.
I found a quarter. I'm going to go get a dustpan. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, let's see. This is too long for that. Ah, found another quarter. You want the quarters? Sure, you can put them in your piggy bank. There we go. Oops, they both fell. Sorry.
If you find any more quarters, give them to me.
I certainly will. If I find any more, I will give them to you. Okay, got it. I'm almost done. Actually, I'm thinking I might move the drywall over to this back wall because when it leaks, it kind of comes from this side and down. So I don't think it's the best place to put drywall. So let's move it over to here. Okay. I found one more quarter. Okay. You've got a whole collection now, 75 cents.
No, I put it with the baby.
Oh, I see. Okay. So now let's try.
She has two on the side and one for coffee and one outside.
I see.
And
Okay.
one can.
I see. So I'm going to move this over here. Found one more quarter. I'll put it in your basket.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, Mom.
Yes.
I got hold of the snuggly with his boy dirty. So when she wants to snuggle, you gotta clean it off.
Okay, got it. Got it, got it. Okay, that feels better that I know the drywall's out of the waterway. And I'm going to set this on those pieces of wood as well.
Well, here you go, Mom.
Got something for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It's one of the new ones
Oh,
that
wow.
I was talking about. Look at her.
Yeah, I see her.
Look at no, he.
I mean him. I see him.
Yeah, look at his nicely cut hair.
Yeah, you did a good job getting him all cleaned up. All right, let's put that
By the time I got him out of the car,
Yeah.
that I was having a little bit fun before I gave them to you.
Oh, I see.
You know,
Yeah, I do know.
he was covered in dirt.
Oh, my dear. That is so good you got him cleaned up. Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't ready to go in the bath.
Oh,
He's
gosh.
just moving around.
Wow.
See that? Look
Okay.
at him. He's running you.
He is. I'm
He
going to
just
set up
jumped right
the
onto
table
you.
right there.
See, he jumped
And that way
right.
that can hold all of my...
He jumped right onto
He jumped
you.
up to me. That can hold all of my boxes of stuff for Goodwill until I can take them.
Give.
And then I'll just tuck is the baby making an appearance? Yeah. Then I'll tuck all the suitcases underneath, but not push them against the wall, so that way if there's water, it has a free path, and the dehumidifier runs all the time. There's a drain in that corner, so it'll just drain out.
Mom, I know.
And that's it until we can get it
Mom,
fixed. What?
I just noticed it. Like we're walking on a higher surface.
On a higher surface.
But
I see.
like downhill, we're walking on a lower surface.
Ah, I see.
Because there's like a mini hill too.
A mini hill, you can feel it, huh?
Yeah, I just feel it by my foot. And
I
I
see.
can even see it.
I
Yeah, Mom,
see.
I'll take this one out.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Get it to lock. There we go.
Well,
Okay.
oh, that's
Got it.
Ugh.
Okay. Let's set
There
this
we go.
up. This one. There.
I'll get the babies out of danger.
Out of danger. That sounds good. Okay. Whoops. Okay.
I think the boy baby was to try climbing up there.
Oh my goodness. The boy baby wants to climb up.
Look, he's climbing.
Oh gosh. Will these fit? Yes. Okay.
Huh?
Sort of.
He's walking on here.
Oh my gosh.
It's just because I'm holding his hand.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Just because you're holding his hand.
Hey, Mom, I
Uh-huh.
think he wants some ice, and there's no ice.
No, we don't have our ice maker running right now.
Why?
Because we don't really need it.
It's summer, silly.
Well, it is summer, that's true. But we haven't really needed it, so it's not running.
But he really wants some.
Well, I don't know what to tell him. We have ice upstairs in our refrigerator.
He said,
Can you use
I
that
only
ice?
want this one.
Okay.
Look at him.
Oh,
He's
goodness.
hanging. Look, he's trying to get in there.
So, this is all the stuff that needs to get taken to Goodwill.
And then now you can go check out your baby.
Yeah, in just a little bit. Let me clean up this little section of the
You
floor.
have 2 babies to take care of. 4 pennies
Okay.
and 1 baby doll.
Wow, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for the baby.
A lot of stuff for the babies. Okay.
1 boy baby just wants to go on to you, I think.
Oh my.
Go,
Okay.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
All
But
right.
he's hanging up.
Oh
He fell in. No, he didn't fall.
Oh
He
gosh.
fell down.
Okay.
And then,
Oh dear.
you're going to put him
Put
away.
this back for now. And let's put this back for now. And then,
Hey, Mom.
yes.
Can I have one of these?
I think it's empty. We can recycle it.
I don't have one of them.
Okay. I think, whoops. So I think my timer got pushed. Okay, I know the lights are super bright, so I'm going to try to be in a decent spot. Okay, anyway. I think it's been about 15 minutes, and I know this doesn't look any better really, but it helps me to know, number one, I've just gotten things out that were in danger of getting wet and moved to a drier spot in the basement. Number two, I've swept a little bit and just gotten up some of the trash, so that feels good. I have a whole bag of trash now that'll be going outside with me in just a moment. And the third thing is having the table set back up so I can use that to stash everything until I can go to Goodwill, because I live 20 minutes or so from the nearest town where Goodwill is located, and I don't get there except maybe once a week. So I kind of have to plan for it, make sure I have my car filled up with it and all that. But in the meantime, I don't want to necessarily drive around with it in my car back and forth in our little town. So hopefully that was helpful. I know it was a little chaotic, but I do feel better just getting down here and getting started. Just a minute, sweetie, okay?
No,
I
the
know.
baby was
Can you
saying,
play with him in the other room for me?
No, he was saying,
Okay. We will see you again tomorrow, and I hope that this encouraged you to get into the nooks and crannies of your dark basement or whatever, hot and steamy attic, whatever spaces you have that are not the most comfortable to be in while you're working, but in the end you feel better getting them cleaned out. So stay tuned for more decluttering. I'll definitely be working in this basement more, but for today this is our task and we are done for now. It's time to go make some dinner. So have a good one. I will see you next time, and take care. Bye-bye.